Hello, hello.
Hello. How are you?
Oh, I am fabulous. Uh, I'm happy to be dry.
Dry. Oh,
And,
yeah. There we go.
yeah, it's a pretty rainy, gross day here,
Oh, is it?
and yeah, I had to do some rooftop work today, so I spent most of the day assembling electrical systems on the top of a roof in the rain.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm glad to be home.
You're missing the school?
Oh man. Yeah, historical buildings are cool to look at and to visit, but when you have to work on them, like this is a pretty much almost complete gut and rebuild. It gets really gross. Just getting over some sinus allergy stuff that's been bugging me. Um, Turns out dust from 1914 doesn't do too well in the sinuses.
Yeah. We went to the Wicked Weekend this weekend, and it's a covered arena, but we pitted inside of it, and when they set up our tents, like we were hooked to techno, like our tents were hooked in turn one, and they're like, "Oh, you guys are gonna get dusted so bad," and I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." I've been sick as a dog since we left there. Like my nose won't stop running. Um, so Scott Belcastro was there, but he pitted in his trailer way down the parking lot. He's got the
Yeah.
same thing going on. I think it was just all weekend. You don't realize how much dirt and dust and crap ends up in your face.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So
I think that's kind of unavoidable at I don't know any track really.
yeah. But you sit in it for 4 days. Even our
Yeah.
bags were covered.
Yeah. I noticed my pit bag where the top folds open. I got all the tools and stuff. It's kind of putting away, and I flipped the top back over. It was like, poof. I'm like, ooh,
Yeah,
I should probably blow that off when I'm outside next time.
yeah. Did Paige go with you to
Ah,
RC
she's
Madness?
giving me a dirty look right now. This happened outside, not here.
Didn't
It's
happen in the house, Paige.
it's settled. It's in its place. There's no dust moving around.
That's funny. How's she
Uh,
feeling?
she's doing better. She's on the mend, which is good.
Yeah,
She's also got allergy stuff going on, which is obnoxious. But as far as the knee, things are looking pretty good. Back to work, uh, trying to get back to a normal life, which is pretty satisfying.
yeah. Nice.
But no, she didn't come with me this weekend. But this would have been the weekend to bring a significant other, if they're even slightly into RC. Um, should we dive into the barbecue event?
Yeah, let's start with the barbecue event. Let's do it.
So, barbecue blast, RC Madness. Um, this is my first time going. I've only been to Madness a few times. Super cool facility. Anybody that doesn't know, they have a pretty big indoor section. They have like a carpet oval, carpet off road, indoor rock crawling, 8 scale outdoor track, 10 scale outdoor turf. They have like a drag racing thing and rock
Bash
crawling.
pit.
Yeah, so the bash thing was they leveled that
Oh.
for parking,
Mm-hmm.
which if you look, I think they posted they updated their cover photo on their Facebook account, and it's a drone shot of above, and it's a good thing that they did because they were like loaded with campers and stuff.
Yeah.
I think there was a little over 200 and
14.
yeah,
Yeah. Very good
214
turnout.
entries. So they did pretty well. I think so. Why I say to bring someone, this would be the event. It was it was almost as good as when we had a big crowd up in Lindenville. Everybody's there having a good time, seeing faces you haven't seen in a while, people that may or may not normally go there or other tracks. It was kind of like a good gathering of all the local guys. I got to meet some crawling guys that I've never met. I've seen their names online from like competitions and stuff. It's kind of cool. I got to check out the turf racing a little bit, which kicking myself for not bringing one of my carpet cars to try it.
Yeah.
Because I actually this winter I bought a set of turf tires for my stadium truck just because I thought it would be neat to try it. And I had everything that's on this shelf right here. There was only those 3 cars at the top left. I brought everything else. I had my 8 scale stuff, all my crawlers. I brought my Mini B, Mini SCT. I had a bunch of stuff that I brought to sell because I figured maybe swap meet.
Right. Right.
Um,
That'd be a good thing for them to add to that barbecue blast for next year as a swap meet.
right. Yeah, there was a lot of time that the track was shut down. That would have been a pretty awesome filler, especially with, there's so many people there.
Yeah.
There could be all kinds of stuff, but I don't know how a retail store would like having people buying and selling stuff that wasn't in their shop there. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's definitely 2 ways to look at it for sure.
But it was cool. It was cool to see rock crawling people, turf people, 8 scale people. Then there's just a bunch of people since there were so many cars, there was people driving by, riding by, and they're like, "What is that?"
What is going on?
Yeah, we saw. There was a guy in a Flash outfit,
Like the
Flash.
Marvel comic?
Yeah, riding a Harley, and he pulled in. He did a quick "Oh, look at me, and so weird. He was in and out. So that was a strange highlight of the weekend. But yeah, Jamie and I got to run our 8 scale short courses for the first time.
Yeah, how was that?
Dude, it's been a long time coming. I've been kind of slacking on finishing mine, but I finally finished it. And they're a lot of fun. They're kind of weird at first because it's essentially just a really long buggy with a big short course body on it.
Yeah.
And no wing. I noticed there was a couple of local guys there that had theirs, and they slapped on some. No, they just kind of made wings out of Lexan, and it's like, damn, that's a good idea. So me and Jamie did the same thing. I had just cut a body open, so I was stealing pieces from it, screwing them on, and it helped. It's you don't realize how much a wing really helps until you don't have one. And that thing was sliding and drifting and all over the place, which was kind of cool. Just watching it as you're driving it, they had a cool section in the middle that was 3 skippers in a left-hand turn. And it was coming off and catching, going and rolling. It was neat. It was fun. As a class
How was the track? So, because I heard a lot of scuttle about that they actually did some elevation stuff, and it wasn't their typical. Generally, when people say they're going to Madness, to me, the track is literally left and right. And I personally don't like a track that goes back and forth. Forget it. But I was told that they actually had some character to it, some elevation changes. They did a great job with it.
Yeah, so I really liked this layout, and I heard quite a few people saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Typical straightaway in the front, into a right-hander that had like it was a roll, like I don't know how to
Like an
describe it.
off
So
camber
it was
nub.
the
Yeah.
first roll was on camber, and then another roll to the left was off camber. So it was a cool flowy. It's like if you hit the line just right, your car would hook, and that roll and that bounce, it just poof, right through it. But it was so easy to come out of your line, and then next thing you know, you're like sliding, like trying to not hit the pipe, and like it was neat. I liked it a lot. I almost wish that they had like another one or two more. But then yeah, the elevation thing, they had it. It was a flat roll up onto like a roll up onto a deck into a flat right hand corner, and then it dropped down into a short double, and that thing kicked my ass because it was flat. And just your perception of it, since it's in that back corner, you like drive it like it's a berm, like it's banked, but it's not. So it was really easy to like slide to the outside. And I know there's at least two occasions where I went over the pipe and down over the hill, and then your car is just gone.
Yeah.
So I was thankful that the marshal in that race was, for whatever reason, actually paying attention to my car and ran around the thing.
Yeah.
But I was in one of our qualifiers. I was in second or third, and then that dropped me down into like seventh. So it was tough. But the rest of the track, some good jumps. They had a big triple in the middle that wasn't overwhelming. It was a big jump, but these cars have a ton of power these days, so it was making it pretty well. The track got real blown out.
Like real blown out, because I've seen real blown out now.
No,
could you lay in these holes?
No. I saw what you saw, and that was unbelievable.
Oh.
No, it was bad enough where line choice was very crucial.
Yeah.
You always hear people. There's the big argument of, what material you use in. Is the track, glued? Is the track loose? Is it clay? Is it loam? Is it gravel? Which I first noticed there was like quite a bit of gravel there. But there's like the fine line between a track building character and a track being so blown out that it's like really hard to drive. And this was in a couple sections pushing that line. The track overall was a fun layout. I thought it held up pretty good. There was just a couple of sections that were so I guess that's where your choice of dirt makes a big difference. And
yeah, you can't really have it both ways, right? You get a track that blows out, and then we hear the complaints at the DPRC track that doesn't blow out, but it wears tires. So where's that line? Like what do you want? There's no. Most pro level tracks that we're seeing are a harder compound, like a clay. But I think that I personally think a blown out track makes you a better driver for sure.
Absolutely.
And it's tough for a track or a track builder. I forget the guy's name that does RC Man's track, but to keep a track together, you'd be out there constantly trying to repair it. And I think we're going to touch on this in a little bit with another track about, coming together as a community. Just because you don't own the track, just because you only race there once in a while, like, don't be afraid to help these guys fix stuff or make it better. Be part of the solution, not part of the problem, right?
Right.
So, no, I think that's important. I this track at Wicked Weekend blew out. Of course, DPRC year one had terrible dirt, had dirt like that was at Wicked Weekend where it would create these huge craters. Quebec Classic last year, perfect example. That track blew out for some reason. They've never had that happen. But I think it makes you a better driver because like you're learning to react with a car or change your setup so you have a better setup to help you through that stuff, you know. Whereas if you're always on a smooth track, that's what you're training yourself to drive on, is a smooth track. So then you get to a bumpy off-road track and you're like, hey, what the hell is this, you know?
Right.
So I see it both ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's a lot of work. Track work's a lot of work.
Sure is. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't see it. They just show up, they pay their money, and they want to race. So I get that. Because I've been on both ends of it where I show up somewhere and like through the, most people know that like my background is mountain biking, BMX riding, jumps and stuff. And the thing there is no dig, no ride. So if you come to my jump spot and you don't bring a shovel and you don't offer to help, then you don't get to ride my jumps.
Right.
Now, obviously, it's a little different when it's like, yeah, I'm showing up and I'm paying you to use what you've built. Absolutely. So there was a big argument. Well, I shouldn't say argument. There was a big debate about this recently. And something that came to mind, you had posted, it was a podcast with Lefty.
Yeah.
Talking about how tracks get shut down. And a lot of people know we've lost a lot of tracks in the past few years all over the place. And the biggest thing is offering all of the services, but also as a racer, as a basher, as a crawler, as a hobby enthusiast, you got to support your local or you're not so local. Like I go to Hobby Etc. a lot. I pretty much always page cover your ears. I pretty much always buy something when I'm there.
La 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 la.
Yeah, I don't spend any money when I'm there. Give me the look.
Your nose is growing long.
Madness. I bought some stuff down there. You want to see them stick around. I always say support your local or miss them when they're gone. So talking about dirt and tracks blowing out, there's been some things going on at Hobby Etc. And one of the local racers there made a post and he was saying after Friday, I'm going to go down there and I'm going to work on the track.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a killer idea. Josh King, super cool kid. Pumped that he was like, it got people fired up. And there was a handful of comments on there saying like, yeah, I'm going to go. Well, I'm going to be there and I don't want to, I'm not a supervisor or a foreman or anything like that, but I've got a lot of time working with dirt, making jumps. I've landscaped. I've done a lot of dirt work in my days. So I got tips and tricks, and I'm more than happy to help.
Yeah.
If you want to take my advice, if you want to give me advice or whatever, Friday, I don't think there's an actual time, but Friday afternoon, I'm working till 2:00 and I'm heading over there. So if anybody races at Hobby Etc., if anybody's around Hobby Etc., whether you want to help or you want to learn something or you want to just support the shop, there's going to be a handful of cool guys there.
I think
doing
that's
the community service and getting things going.
If you want to bitch about a track, at least try to help. If they shun you away, that's on them. Yeah. But at least I feel that if you try to help them, then you got a little bit of a weight to hold on you,
Right.
And the support in local hobby shops, like I think that's super important. Like a track takes up so much area, and you pay $30, right, to race for the day. And I'm not saying your $30 isn't hard earned or anything like that, but last time we were here in Myrtle Beach, Militia, me, and Mason, so 3 of us, went on go-karts in Myrtle Beach here. For one run for 3 of us, which was maybe 5 minutes, was $72. And I thought that was expensive, but I thought to myself, go to Disney for a day. How much?
Yeah.
How much is a ticket for that? How much? Like $30 a day or $40 a day or whatever it may be. It really isn't a lot of money for as much. How much was RC Madness?
So this race it was 50. Well, I know for the A scale, I'm not sure if the turf was the same, but it was $50 for your first class and $10 for every class after that.
Yeah. So let's say you run 2 classes, so $60 for 2 days of entertainment, free food, right? Because the barbecue is free.
Yeah, that was part of your race entry.
So
That
think
was-
about where you're going to go for 2 days with free food for entertainment. And if you brought a camper, you could camp there. Like, it's not a lot of money. And I'm thankful we've had a ton of racers that still buy parts from us right now while we're down and out and support us. So I support buying from Hobby Etc. We buy parts from Hobby Etc., their hot race line and some of their other stuff. They're a dealer of ours down at Beach RC. They stock the S-Works line now for us. So if you guys are in southern New Hampshire or Connecticut, you can still get parts. And same thing with Madness. You know, everybody's so quick to jump to A-Main or Horizon or what. And I'm not saying don't shop with them, but think about your local guy first. If Dan has it or RC Madness or us or any other hobby shop in that area, try to shop local first. You know?
Absolutely.
It does help support. And the track takes up so much area that could be utilized for something else, generating a lot more income than this. You know, I do it because I love RC. Obviously I'm in it now. And I'm fortunate, like my kid likes it, or one of my kids and my wife. And, but it's quick for places to go out. You know, if you don't have something backing it or supporting it, Thornhill was just announced after Worlds. If someone doesn't buy it, they're closing. The owner of Thornhill, he's sick. He has cancer, so he's looking to sell it or close it. Those are the 2 options right now. So another track going out, a world-class track at that. Like, we're not even talking, Bob's Hobby Shop. We're talking a world-class, world-known track.
Yeah.
So it's happening everywhere. So I encourage everybody I don't think we've ever had somebody be like, hey, do you need help? And be like, no, we're all set. Like, and it's usually, it usually is the same people every time. Like for us, it's the regulars. I'm not going to say names, but don't be afraid to ask to help. If they tell you no, that's on them. Shame on them. So that's what I'd say to that.
Yeah, there's the old you can't judge a man until you walk a mile in his shoes.
Absolutely.
Well, I like to say I don't judge a guy until I see him with a shovel in his hand. And if you're not willing to take the shovel, then you can shut your mouth.
Nice.
I've been working on a track before and had somebody, different situations where people are like, yeah, that was just one of many times.
Yeah.
Where somebody's walking by or whatever, and they're like, yeah, hey man, you should do this. Oh, here, take my shovel. There's a broom right there. There's a rake over there.
Yeah.
There's a roller and a tamp. There's a water hose. There's a lot of things that you could easily operate. If you're not sure how to do it, I would love to show you how. But yeah, it's wild how the people that will complain are almost always the people that aren't willing to help.
Well,
which it's tough because I know you pay money. Well, I paid my money. I don't want to have to do any work. Okay, I get that. But like, nobody's getting rich off of race entries. Like, I think the best things, I'm really excited about Friday because I have a feeling there's going to be some people there that are excited to come help, and they're going to see how much it takes just to fix a couple potholes. Never mind a whole layout change or even just moving one jump. Like, I'm pretty hopeful that we get a bunch done because, like, they do Saturday club racing, and they've had a tough time with the weather this year. It seems like it's every Tuesday night it's raining. There's been a handful of Saturdays where there either isn't enough people to race because of fear of the rain, or there's other events going on. So I'm looking forward to getting some people together and helping out the local, and
Yeah,
then enjoying it on Saturday.
yeah, exactly. And they're charging $30. Maybe I'm wrong. $20 for
Dude,
unlimited entries.
It's $20 per driver. So you could have one class or 6 classes.
Yeah.
That's $20. That's like nothing.
So Jared just chimed in. He says most times entries do not cover expenses is done for a lot of the support, and he's 100% right. So Jerry, he used to run the triple nickel track down in Florida there, so he knows as well. Like it's truly for the love of the sport. I mean, I think for all of us, any RC person, I mean, we spend goofy amounts of money on radio controlled vehicles, like.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize how big this is. Like, you show them a video of a race and they're like, no way. And it's like, yeah. Oh, yeah. People get paid to do this too, by the way. Like, and it's the only motorsport that isn't sponsored by somebody like, Red Bull or Monster. Like, it is seriously funded by the race promoter, whether it's a race time event or a DPRC event or a Madness event. It is all sponsored by them. So keep that in mind. For sure. What else you got?
Well, I talked to a lot of people while I was down there. Quite a few faces that I haven't seen very much this season. And they all had the same view. And it was all the reason I haven't seen them. Everybody really misses coming to race at DPRC.
Yeah.
It's pretty humbling to, like, to be honest, they were just kind of digging for info.
Right.
They wanted to add. Everybody asked me. I shouldn't say that. Everybody was asking me if I had any inside info, if I knew what was going on, if I knew where it was, if I knew what was going to be there, if I knew when they were going to open, all the who, what, where, when, why. But every person that asked me followed up with, man, I miss that place. I miss camping out and just going up for the weekend and hanging out and, running laps into the night and just everything. It was something special, and yeah, the people noticed.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a big part of it, and again, this goes back to $30 or $50 or $100 isn't a lot of money for entry fees. But a lot of people, that's a lot of money to them, and especially if they're going to race every weekend or every other weekend. So my personal view is that we will continue to let people run as much as we possibly can. If you want to run till midnight, 2 a.m, we're going to let you do it. It may not be nitro because we don't want to, don't want to piss off the locals, but
right.
we tried to, and I'm going to continue to do that, is trying to give them, the best thing that, the best possible thing we can.
Right.
Steve Roundy's on here. Hello, gentlemen. Steve, what's happening, man? I don't know if Steve's going to be Roundy's going to be down there Friday at our Hobby Etc. But go down and help fix up that track. Support them. As far as our track, our closing is scheduled for the 7th still. Supposedly, so there's 3 tenants there on the property, which obviously they got to go. And the place that owns the property currently, they're from Canada and didn't know they had 3 tenants. So they found that out once we told them, you guys have them leaving, correct? And they said, who? We told them, you got 3 tenants in this property. And one of them came forward and said, well, in my contract, it says we have first right of refusal. I don't think he's got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. And they don't have a copy of this, so they were waiting for him to produce that. So hopefully he doesn't have it. And even if he does, I don't think he's got the money. I know who he is. So tentatively, as of right now, we're set for the 7th to close on the property, and we're ready to go. I'm tired of not racing. I mean, granted, I've been traveling a lot. We're down here in South Carolina again, but we're ready to go racing for sure. I miss it. We miss the weekends. We talk about it when we're at home. Our RV we've been keeping at the house, and it's like, man, I miss living at the track. Like it was, campfires, hanging out, having a good time, and a lot of good people up north. Like most of the racers, you don't just know them as a racer. Like you kind of know a little bit about them. They're not just a number. They're not just a guy that showed up to the track and was gone. I mean, we definitely have some of those, but for most part, we all pretty much know each other. So soon, guys, I'm hoping soon. This has been a month and a half longer than I wanted it to be. So, but that's where we're at with the track, unfortunately. I'm telling
What
you.
do you think? So, one thing that kind of like everybody was asking me, and this is going to be, I think, hypothetical? I don't know if that's the right word. So, say all goes as planned.
Yeah.
Close on the 7th. Get into this new property. Think we'll have a race this summer, or this season, I should say.
Yes. Yeah. If everything goes as planned, we will definitely open. It may not be 100% like it was. We may not have the lights up, or.
Oh, I'm gonna put some lights up.
No, that may have been a bad example, but you know what I mean. It's not. Lindenville didn't happen, although it seems like it happened very fast, and once we get in there, it will. Like we're not gonna slouch on it, but we're gonna first thing to do is get that track down and ready to go, so we can at least start racing on it, and then all the minor stuff can come after.
Right.
So, but we miss it just as much as you guys do, and I know Mason really misses because he could be practicing all summer long.
I have a feeling, based on what I saw from this weekend, I don't think he needs all that practice.
I'm telling you that. Well, let's first of all, are we done with this conversation, or do we want to move on to that, or do we want to talk any more about DPRC and the track? Steve Roundy says, "Just do your best, guys." And Steve Roundy, right? He's been in it. He's worked at Hobby Etc. for longer than I've known him. He's been doing their track. I think he's got his own track as well now.
Yeah, he did. He did track work for Hillside as well.
Yeah. So if anybody knows how blood, sweat, and tears that go in it, and
he's no rookie, for sure.
Yeah, and it can be frustrating and overwhelming at times, and like you get you're like doing all this work and, maybe 30 people show up or something, so you never know, are you going to get 30 or 100 or 214, right? Like you don't,
Right.
is it going to get rained out? You do all this work and then it rains and destroys it. So, yeah. Norm Snell says, "Hey guys, see you next week, Bob." Norm, I'm gonna be. Next week. I'll still be in Myrtle Beach, and then we're leaving back to New Hampshire, and then we're flying out to Chico to A-Main Hobbies for the Roar Nationals. Me and Mason gonna go race out there, so we're pretty excited about that. We did just go Wicked Weekend this past weekend in Georgia. First time ever going. The S-Works team, all the teams were there. S-Works was there. Obviously, that's who we were with. What an experience it was. We got there, and we had registered online, but we didn't pay. So we walk up to the booth, and Melissa's standing there, and I'm like, "Hey, do you want to run?" She's like, "Where? Here?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "No." And I'm like, "Why not?" I'm like, "You'll do all right." I'm like, "Somebody's got to lose this race." And she's like, ah. So I said, "Go grab one of those clipboards and just fill your stuff out." So she does. She fills it out, and we're standing in line, and we're next in line. And she's like, I don't think I want to do this. I wasn't prepared for this." And I'm like, "You'll be fine." And she's like, "Nope, I'm not doing this." Well, the guy walks away as she says that. I grabbed the piece of paper out of her hand, and I slam it on the counter. I said, "Need to send her up, please." And she ran, and little shit, she didn't even come in last. She was like I think they had like the J or K main, and she was in 8. She did pretty good, and she was in second for her whole main.
Nice.
And 3/4 of the way through, Mike Fuller was in the pits with me watching. And I had asked her before she went out. I said, "Do you want to wear the headsets just so I can coach you?" She's like, "No, I don't think so." She's like, "You're going to bother me if you say something that pisses me off." I was like, "Okay." So Mike Fuller, Mason's dad, says to me, "Man, she'd be faster over those like 2 double doubles. She'd be faster over those double doubles if she just rolls them instead of trying to jump them, because there was some huge craters there."
Yeah.
No joke. She hits them, lands, breaks her tie rod in. She's in second place, ready for the bump. And that was it. Race over. But she did. She ran like 8 minutes in second place. I was very proud of her. At a huge event. 790 people. I think there was 151 entries in e-buggy. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
So she did really good. Really, really good. I did pretty good. I made the B main and buggy. And I just want this on record. I out-qualified Mason. I made the B main. Yeah. In e-buggy. And then in truck, I think I was C main. So I did pretty well myself.
Yeah.
I was happy
Absolutely.
with that. But the star of the show, man, Mason, he made A main in both nitro buggy and nitro truck. We had some issues with the nitro truck. He did really well. He qualified 3rd in the A main. But we fueled up the first time, and then his truck just started flaming out. And it happened 3 times. He flamed out. Finally, I was like, "Forget it. We're done."
There's an issue there somewhere.
So, but e-buggy or nitro buggy, he came from 12th or 14th, so the back of the pack, and worked his way all the way up to first place. And he was in 3rd, I think, for quite a long time. And I told him, I come on the speaker and I said, "Listen," I said, "I'm not going to tell you this is impossible, but what I am going to tell you is it's highly unlikely you're getting any higher than you are." And he's like, "No, I get it. I understand what you're saying." I'm like, "But just be proud. ADA main, 3rd place is pretty good." And all of a sudden, first place had a differential issue or something. And he caught second. Second moved to first. And anyway, he ended up getting first place in like 42-second lead or something, or 37-second lead. I told him, I said, "Listen," I said, "you got a little cushion. We don't want to use it unless we have to.
Okay.
But you got a little cushion." Well, don't he crash. I'm like, okay, we've used our cushion. Now let's just keep it on all fours. So I had him drive real easy the last couple laps. I'm like, you don't have to drive hard, just putter around the track. Man, he won. They gave him that trophy, and he had gotten, I think, third or fourth at Psycho Nitro, and the trophies are like ours. Actually, that one right there, they're like styrofoam. You know, they're pretty light.
Yeah.
So this one at PMB, they're those styrofoam ones, except for first place, which I didn't know. And he's on the stand, and it's on top of a trailer. So he's got his car, his fuel jug, his remote, all his shit. So I reach over to the trailer. I said, I'll grab that for you. Some guy reaches over and grabs the trophy from him. He's like, I'll take that. And I thought he was being funny, like he wanted first place type of thing. And he's like, no, it's really heavy. And I'm like, yeah, right. And he's like, no, it is. It's solid plate steel. It's got to weigh 35 or 40 pounds. Trophy. I'm not kidding you. It's so heavy.
You need an industrial shelf for that thing.
I told him, I said, you can't hang this up anywhere. You have to set it on the ground somewhere.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really good. It was a good time. Like I said, I've got some allergies, I think, going on from it now, but very happy we went. It was a long drive there, but it is what it is. Norm says he's got his mother's genes driving like this. Yeah, exactly. Norm says, oh, I'm coming up to get the grandson buggy. Yeah, Norm, Jamie will be there. Jamie's just got a whole bunch of new stock and mini B's, mini T's, micro B's, micro T's. I think the low C late models just came in. So if anybody's in the late model oval racing. But yeah, it was a good time. I was told a week before the event, Brent calls, he says, hey, I'm not going to make it to Wicked Weekend with you guys, but just so you know, Friday night, you throw the beach after party. You got to throw a Rager.
I wanted to ask about that.
Yeah, I'm like Brent.
I saw that, and I was like, oh, like, I kind of wanted to go. And then I saw that, and I'm like, man, I'm going next year.
So I'm like, Brent, here's the deal. I'm like, I don't party, and I don't drink. I'm the last guy you want running a Rager party ever. I'm not the guy. And he's like, well, you got to do it. So, I got the receipt right here. We bought, I don't know, $400 in beer. And Lance from Elite RC Elite RC Productions. He went in with us. He bought pizza for everybody, 90 pizzas. And they played cornhole till midnight. Finally, race time shut us down. They're like, you guys are done. And so they all came back to the S-Works tent. We stayed up till 2. And then finally I shut us down. I was like, I got to go to bed. So it was pretty good. Yeah. Shout out to Chris Harris and Teddy, if you guys are listening. Thank you for emceeing it. I'm not the guy to MC a raging party by any means. Yeah, so Mason's saying the mosquito that almost cost me a race. So this was a funny thing. So we're during the race, and he starts driving a little weird. And I'm like, Mason, stop being so jittery. Be smooth. He's like, there's a mosquito on my arm. I said, I don't care. I said, that thing can suck all your blood out. I will buy you as much calamine lotion as you need for the rest of the week. Don't screw this up. And he crashes. And I'm like, Mason. And he's like, I got the mosquito. I'm like, oh, my God. I'm like, all right, now that we got that out of the way, can we finish this? It was funny.
Yep. I think.
Oh.
Oh my God. What's that?
Getting jittery, Chris.
What's going on?
You got 4 colors going on. Oh, and we lost him. We'll be back. Kenny was supposed to be on tonight with us. I don't know where he ended up. He must have got tied up with some things. Where's everybody racing at? Oh, here we go. He's back. He's back. Maybe he's not. There we go. No? He's trying to come back. Anyway, where's everybody racing at this weekend? Bago is coming up. That is the Quebec Classic. I know that's getting a lot of hype right now. I think his entries online are up over 200. We're going up. Me, Mason, Militia. I think Chris Eldridge is coming, and I think Jamie and Ellen are coming up as well. So if anybody hasn't been to the Quebec Classic, just the event itself is amazing, and not to mention they've got a brand new facility, state of the art. I mean, these guys stopped at nothing, so they've got a beautiful facility. Jerry says weekend off, then Mills Pond the following weekend. Jerry's down in Florida. His son Dylan races. I think Jerry used to race too. So I don't know. Looks like maybe Chris didn't pay his internet bill. We lost him. All right. Well, that's about all we have. We wanted to recap. Jerry says he raced big cars, no RC. Yeah, Norm, we went over the news for the track. If you rewatch us, we did a little section on it, but we're hoping very soon. It's a lot of political crap. These people that own the property are out of Canada, so we're kind of waiting on them. Gotta go, guys. Dinner time. Next time, see you. I'll be at Rocky Hill for the 5th scale national race. Chris?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. Something's going on with the camera. It's kind of a cheesy camera, but at least the microphone's working.
Yeah, no worries. So anyway, yeah, that was our weekend at Wicked Weekend. Like I said, very good. Matt Fournette came with us. This is what I wanted to talk about. Matt Fournette from RC Menace. Him and his dad drove down. They've never raced at anything like this before. And, everybody knows Matt Fournette. We call him Questions because he has a lot.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah. Hey, can I ask you a question? If I didn't hear that 500 times, I didn't hear it once.
He's a good kid.
He's a great kid. I have a special place in my heart for that kid. Like, he is just, and I'm going to tell you some stories. So he got there. So we had 12 or 14 people in the S-Works team tent that were supposed to be there. One of them didn't show up. But prior to that, he had asked if he could pit in the S-Works tent. And we told him, unfortunately, the tents are full. We have a sign-up thing, etc. So I said, you should probably pit with the Kyosho guys because he runs Kyosho.
Right.
So bless the kid's heart, right? Matt Fournette texts Phelon on Facebook. And he's talking to him. And Fee is a fantastic kid, very polite, down to earth, like all the racers are. It doesn't matter if it's Fee or Dakota or any of them. They're all very, very nice people. But anyways, texting with Fee, and he thinks he's talking to Fee this whole time. So he tells me, I've been talking to Fee, and I texted him, blah, blah, blah. And he gave me his phone number, and I called him. And I was like, he gave you his phone number? He's like, yeah. So I called him. I'm like, what did he happen? He's like, well, it was really weird. He said, I can't talk right now. I'm at work. And I'm like, huh. I'm like, Fee's a kid, and Fee doesn't run his Facebook page. Well, it was his dad. His dad runs his Facebook page. Yeah. So Matt Fournette called his dad at work. Anyway, he got set up under the Kyosho tent. So where do you think Matt Fournette sets up his pit area?
He was not next to Fee.
He was sitting directly in front of Ryan Lutz.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he had seat of the house. And Ryan, the most down-to-earth guy you'll ever meet, he did very good with Matt. If you can handle the questions, if anybody can, it's Ryan Lutz. So he sat with Ryan Lutz all weekend, and he was too afraid to ask him questions. I was like, and I told him, I said, don't ask him questions like you asked me. Ask him setup questions, like be like, hey, my car's loose, or it's not jumping well, or something of that nature. Like, ask him a quality question, you know?
Right.
So he started doing that, and it got way better for him. But so I took him around, and I said, hey, Matt, I'm gonna take you around to introduce you to all the pros. Would you like that? And he says, yeah, I'd love that. So I took him around, met all the pros. We got him a little sign from the Wicked Weekend, and all the pros signed it for him. Camden Lime, he gave him his race body and signed his race body. And awesome. Ryan Lutz gave him some tires, signed his tires for him. So he got quite a bit of stuff, but he was so he wanted Spencer Rivkin. That was the second we got there. Where's Spencer Rivkin? I said, he's right behind you. He's standing right there. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, by the time we left, you know, he saw that there are a lot of other good racers that are definitely more into, you know, I don't know how you want to say it, but definitely a lot more politer racers than, you know, that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
So Matt Fournette, it was a great time with you and your dad. It was so much fun. Jose Cruz was down there. He showed up. He brought his whole family, left him in the hotel for the entire weekend. No car. I'm like, oh my God, my wife would kick my ass. So, you know, of course, Scott Belcastro was there. A lot of people from up our way, actually. So it was good. I was going to tell you another story. Oh, so Tim Lime, he's the S-Works U.S. team manager, and he is also the father of Camden Lime. He's one of our pro drivers.
Yep.
So we've traveled to all these races with him all over the world, or all over the U.S., and he always brings a nitro car with him that he's setting up. He goes to these races and he tinkers on it, and I always ask him, like, hey, Tim, you gonna race that this weekend? I don't know. And he never races it, you know? He's always tinkering on it. Well, this weekend he had no more tinkering to do, so it was done. So he had to race it. So he had never raced it before. He's an oval guy, does oval racing. And so he put it on the track and ran it. And it was his mains. So we go out to the pit lane. That was me and Cam, and I think Ryan Mayfield and Mike came out to the pit area. Anyway, we're watching Tim go around the track, and he's doing pretty good. Like, he's not doing terrible, you know. And he'd crash, and you could see him like yelling at the marshals. He'd be like, "Oh, get the car, you stupid idiot!" You know, like, it was so funny. So Mayfield's pit guy Mike, he was videoing Tim like freaking out on all these marshals. So it's a 10-minute race. So we can go on the Ultimate Engine. We're going about 10 or 11 minutes. We can get out of it. So I said to Cam, I said, what time is he coming in to fuel? And he says, he doesn't want to fuel. He's just going to run it. Yeah. And I was like, oh, all right. So we're like 5 minutes into this race, and all of a sudden I see him coming to pit lane. And I'm like, Cam, get the gun ready. Your dad's coming in for fuel. And he's like, what? So he reaches down and grabs a fuel bottle, drives in. I grab the car. Cam opens the gas tank and goes to fuel it. And we both look up at his dad. And he sets the remote down on the floor, and he picks up a Bud Light, cracks the can open, takes a drink, sets it back on the thing, grabs the remote, and he goes like this. He never came in for fuel for the car. He wanted a drink of a beer and took off. It was the most priceless pit stop ever. Like,
this pit's for me.
It was that's what it was. That's what it was. He's like, no, I told you guys I wasn't fueling. We're like, he came in, parked the car in front of us. We figured it was for fuel. It wasn't. Right. And I think Mike's got it on video. It was funny as shit. So pit stop of the year right there.
Oh yeah.
So those are my two funny stories of the Wicked Weekend.
Oh, that's cool. So, that's cool. You know, I wonder if Matt would be good interviewer, like a reporter.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to next time I see him, I'm gonna.
he was
tell him
on
to
here,
take
I
good
thought.
interviews.
Let me look. Let me look. Hang on a second. Matt Fournette, are you still on here? I'll tell you what. You want to talk about making a kids weekend? His got made, and actually, you're right. He would be a good person to have him talk about it. Matt, did you fall asleep? You must not be on. I'll ask him for maybe next week. We can have him on.
Did you mention the? I think I heard you mention Vago.
Yeah, Quebec Classic.
Okay.
Everybody try to get up.
Yeah, unfortunately, my camera decided to stop cooperating. But there's another person that I saw while I was down at Madness was Dave Belly.
The Canadians went down to Connecticut.
Yeah, well, it was just him and his girlfriend. They made the trip from the Great White North of Canada.
He raced, right?
Yeah, he did pretty good. He did better than me. He only brought his e-buggy. Yeah. He said his back was bothering him, so he didn't want to run 2 classes, and he was regretting it because there was a whole lot of sitting around hanging out when you're only running 1 class at a race like that. But he was telling me about that track, and it's large, and basically everything that we saw from all the updates that they were posting, because I was like, man, it looks so nice, and it's so cool that like when they were building it, they were posting stuff like every day, every other day. I'm like, man, we got to get up there. So I got it on the calendar. I want to go. I think it'll be a good time.
I just text Matt, can you come on the live with us? So, yeah, no, it's just the people in Canada. They're great people. You know, and honestly, we've kind of, we all know them now, you know?
Yeah.
Who was the first Canadian to come to our track? Was it Norman, Dave?
I feel like, yeah, I know it was definitely Dave. I'm not sure who he brought with him, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how we ended up meeting up with them. Because then I think Anders ended up going up there and doing some 10 scale racing with them.
Yeah, because Dave had a 10 scale 4-wheel drive buggy, and I was racing. That's when I still had a 10 scale, and I was racing against him. And I was like, "Damn it, this guy's fast!" Like, this guy with a damn pink car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh. And then I started talking to him, and I know from like mountain biking and stuff, like a handful of Canadians, and I know probably like 5 words in French.
Dave Belly says I went first. I think it was Dave. I think it was Dave. That's how we got hooked up with him, and then I think he brought Norm with him, maybe.
Yeah.
So and then we went up there. The best thing I've ever done in my race career was go to the Quebec Classic last year, because I felt like we met so many friends up there that have stuck with us, and you know, we talk to them regularly, etc. Matter of fact, at Wicked Weekend, oh my god, I forgot his name. He's from Canada, drives a Miyako. He was at Wicked Weekend, and he raced in Militia's class with her. So it was pretty cool to see him down there. And I asked where everybody else was, and he said I was the only one that come. So
yeah, they got a cool group. It's always it's pretty neat that they all race together. They all tune their cars together. They got a cool core group of racers. And I'm still to this day, I talk about every once in a while at Nationals last year, the tent city that they had and how cool it was. and I tried to. I didn't really replicate it, but everybody knows I have my AstroTurf that I bring with me, and I've got a pretty decent easy up. Well, me and Jamie and Ellen had our easy ups all together. I bought a couple of walls, so I had walls up, and I'm like hanging out at night, like working on my car, and I'm like, I feel like I'm in a room right now. Like, I think might have been Will mentioned. He's like, it's crazy how we spend so much money to spend weekends like we're homeless.
Yeah. Kind of crazy, isn't
Got
it?
the tent all set up, the tables, all of our stuff is, packaged as neatly as we can, all like taking up as little room as we can, even like all kinds of stuff, all neatly organized, and yeah, it's wild. It's pretty funny to spend so much time and money on playing with toy cars, but then the people are what make it for me. It's really cool. It was definitely really humbling to have so many people this weekend come and ask me about what was going on, and then express their views and let me know that they missed it up there.
Yeah.
And
it makes me feel good too, because like I got 3 messages from people down at Madness from this weekend as well, and it was nice to hear,
yeah,
from them. So
yeah,
Matt Frenette is coming on. He's trying to. I sent him the link.
yeah.
Yeah, he's such a good kid. He really is. I'm hoping he can tell some stories. So, and his dad just retired. We met his dad at Madness last time we were down there, and he's a great guy. Yeah, he's a great dude, and he just retired. So he's been driving Matt around to all these races, and yeah. So we told him about Chico, and Matt's like, "Oh, maybe I'll go." And I'm like, "Matt, you can't be doing all this stuff, like, So he's trying to figure it out. Just want to make sure I send it to the right place. MATTHEFRENETTE18 That's where I sent it. Check your spam. Sorry, guys. Wasn't planning on this. Did you go over and watch the turf racing?
Yeah. I actually so when I walked by, I was making my way over to the food. Which just happened to be they had it set up on their on-road track. And I just happened to walk past the track as they were like, "Yeah, we need a couple of volunteers. There's room for some volunteers." And I saw Tommy Druin was out there, and I was like, "Yeah, all right." And he made some comment like, "Oh, here comes Marshal of the Year."
He said that to you?
Yeah. So I ran out there, and it wasn't the most exciting race to watch because it was vintage class and there was only like 3 of them, but it did look really cool.
Yeah.
I did see some stadium trucks run, and to me it looks like it's kind of like running on carpet if it was a little bit loose. Other people told me, I spent a bunch of time talking to Wesley Knapp, and he was telling me that his setup is a dirt car with a gear diff, and that works really well. So it's kind of like he says it's like it's like high traction dirt, which to me is kind of like low traction carpet. And but it was neat because like you hear the cars like they make that same noise, like the tires on the turf make similar noise to like tires on carpet, and it's just smooth, and it was kind of a fun looking layout. And I was kicking myself for not bringing one of my cars, but I had so much other stuff that I was like, ugh, I don't know I'll have the time for it. I barely had time to pull the rock crawlers out, which was too bad because they had a really cool setup. Did pull out the Mini B and the Mini SCT. Went inside for a little while and did a few laps, which was cool. I wish we could have had more time running on the track that we were racing on. But yeah, I guess they just.
I'm sorry, Matt.
Is he in? Is that Matt?
Matt, you gotta unmute
Yeah,
yourself.
what's up?
Hey,
What's up, buddy?
Nothing much.
We're having a live. You're on live now, so don't say don't say nothing crazy. But we wanted to talk to you a little bit about your weekend.
It was awesome. It was my first big race. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, tell
Yeah.
everybody about it. Who'd you end up pitting directly with?
Ryan Lutz, he's a pretty cool guy. Quiet, but he's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's a wicked cool dude. What about Fee and his dad? You get to talk to them at all?
A little bit. They're pretty nice too. I got Ryan and Fee's signature on my body, on my Kyosho body.
Yep.
That's awesome.
You got to run that body?
Nope, never.
Never. So you're not racing this weekend because you don't have a body?
No, I got someone that would paint it for me this week, but I'm trying to save up for the Peach State.
Yep. Nice.
Well, you got a paint guy that can paint a body in under a week.
No, it's one of my friends that's good at doing like one color or like a simple design.
All right, I was gonna say, man, you're gonna have to give me his number.
Yeah.
So Matt, we took you around to meet some of the pros. Who's some of the people you got to meet?
I met Cam Line. I met Spencer Rifkin. I met I forgot like half their names.
Ryan Mayfield.
That's right. Yeah, Ryan Mayfield
Dakota
and
Finn.
Dakota Finn. And
Tater Sontag.
And obviously Ryan Lutz and Fee and I'm thinking of the one particular guy. He's pitched right across from Spencer.
Ryan Styles Harris.
Oh yeah, him. And
oh yeah, him.
I just trying to figure out this one guy. I keep forgetting. I forgot his name. He pitched right across from Spencer Rifkin.
Oh, Aiden Horn.
Yeah, Aiden Horn. That's the one guy I had in mind.
Yeah.
Those guys are a lot more chill than I expected. I thought they'd be like different.
Yeah. So common misperception of professional RC racers are they're assholes and not approachable, and that it's not the case at all with most of them. I mean, I'm not going to say some of them are less approachable than others, but for the majority, they're pretty approachable. Who's your
they're all pretty nice.
Who's your new favorite RC pro?
I got a couple.
Let's hear it.
I mean, to like talk to Cam Line.
Absolutely.
He's one of those chill dudes that I was most comfortable talking to, like going to talk to.
Yeah. Yeah. He spent what, 2 hours with us one night talking?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did he give you?
A signed body.
He gave you a signed body.
Yeah, pretty sick.
What about the plaque?
Or any signed my plaque. I got that one. I'm gonna hang in the body, in my two bodies.
Dude,
you got any tires?
Awesome.
Oh yeah, and Ryan signed some tires for me too.
Yeah.
Did you get any good like setup tips, driving tips, anything like that?
Um, yeah, I never knew you cut your foams and on high grip you go up on shock oil and you next time I'm running like to Peach State, I'm bringing some sauce. I did not know about that either.
Oh yeah.
Tire
What's your
sauce.
favorite? What's your
Yeah,
favorite flavor?
I didn't know that everyone was running that. I saw a couple people, but I didn't know everyone was doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris Eldridge is not a sauce kind of guy. He has
No,
allergies.
I like my sauces in the edible form, not the tire treatment.
Ketchup, mayo, mustard. Yeah.
Yeah. But man, that's cool. That's cool.
How'd you do, Matt? Were you in last place?
No, I
No.
actually was I in my race. I forgot I was either like in the 60s or 50s overall. But in my race I was fourth with 50 seconds left. But then my battery died. I don't know. I guess I didn't have big enough batteries. So I would have came at fourth, but my battery died in my race.
Yeah. So big events like this, you run 10-minute electric mains, and Matt's batteries were not quite 10-minute ready, but Matt did very well. Again, out of 151 racers in his class, he came in 50th or 51st, right, Matt?
Yeah, I was somewhere around there.
So you were in the
Nice.
top 30%. So that's pretty good, Matt.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's really good.
Especially for your first big race. How was the track? Was it intimidating because of the size and the technical aspects of it? Or did you find that
A
easy?
little bit at first, but then when I got used to it, it was pretty fun. The driver's stand at most. I never been on a driver's stand that high before.
Yeah.
I never been on one that high before, but it was good. It was a fun weekend, and I never been on a track with like high grip.
So the driver's stand is maybe 30 feet tall. And when we first got there, we're like, hey, Matt, go up the driver's stand, check out the track, get the lay of the land, blah, blah, blah. Well, he went about 10 feet up the driver's stand. We watched him spin right back around and come back down. He's like, I ain't going up that. We're like, well, you got to, So we went up with him and we were coming back down. Of course, it's staging is what they use. And the boards are creaking and cracking. And he was holding on for dear life to get down. He was scared shitless. It was funny.
At first, I was a little sketchy at first, but I got used to it.
Yeah.
So
go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say, so I still haven't been to a big race like that, and I'm always curious. Like, I feel like I'm gonna be intimidated. Like, I know the driver, all the big pros and stuff, whatever. They're just dudes like us. They've just been doing it longer, and they're training harder, and they're more involved with it. But as far as like, Bob stand is like a big driver stand, and it's a big track, and there's all kinds of stuff going on. What was like I would say like what the biggest thing that you were like intimidated or nervous about that turned out to be not that bad?
Well, I was nervous about going there and like before I got there, like I never been to a big race, so like setting up and how it's gonna be and like meeting people and stuff and like just everything about it. Like I never been to an event like that, so I was nervous on the car ride up.
But it turned out to be pretty sweet after all.
Yeah, oh yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm itching to get to a big race myself. I'm still loving the local scene, but.
So what's the next race for you, Matt? What are you planning on hitting?
I'm hoping Peach State. I'm hoping my dad's fully in. My mom, she didn't say yes or no, but she's saying she's leaning more towards the yes side, but she didn't say yes yet. But she's leaning more towards that side. But my dad's fully in to go again.
That's good.
Nice.
Your dad was very enjoyable to have around. Mike Barkus just said, he made in the comments, love the race time stand, except for the jabs you get from the cables when you are too wide coming up and down at the same time. Yeah, it gets a little tight going up and down them. And you know, Mike, at this race, and I've never seen this at a race time event. They actually had the next race up standing on the ramp, whereas like at PMB, they usually have everyone on the ground and then you walk up once everybody's off. So this is the first time I've seen that. You know, one was on the stand, one was on the ramp, one was on the ground. But they were doing what, Matt? 60-second turnarounds from when the race was
it was pretty
finished.
quick.
Yeah.
Wow.
You had
That's
60
impressive.
seconds to be in your marshal spot. But I think they had 54 heats still. I mean, they had to pedal through them for sure.
Yeah, I never been to an event where the mains started the afternoon and then didn't end until the next afternoon.
Yeah.
That's gnarly.
Like it was a long main event.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was only with 30-minute nitro mains. Usually some races do 45 or an hour. Like DNC, it was an hour of nitro.
Yeah, it's a long time to be on the stand.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I need a beverage with me or something.
You'd have to go full Tim Lime.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anything else, Matt, that you can think that was memorable or you really enjoyed or didn't like even?
No, it was a fun weekend, and I appreciate all the help, Bob.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm just glad you and your dad had a good time, and you're you ask a lot of questions, but you're a good kid. I always tell you that. He kept coming over. We're working on the cars, and he's like, I got a question. I was like, Matt, unless this is a very good question, now is not the time. This is going to have to wait. Hey, how about gluing tires? How are you at that, Matt?
Not the best, but we'll get through
it. He comes over. He's like, Bob, I got a question. I was like, yeah, what's up? He's like, I brought all the wrong tires. I brought all blues and aqua or something, or blues or whatever. And I'm like, no, we're not running blues. We're going to run green. He's like, well, I figured with the heat. And I was like, yeah, the problem is the track's so soft and blows out,
Yeah.
So he goes in the blue truck and buys new tires. And he comes back and he says, I got a question for you. I said, yeah, what's that, Matt? Can you mount these for me? He's like, I'll pay you. I'm like, Matt, I'm not you're not paying me to mount your tires, but I'm not mounting your tires either. So I said, I'll do one and you watch me and you do the rest of them. He's like, okay. So I'd be showing him, next thing you know, his head's wandering and talking to other people. I'm like, Matt, I'm showing you this one, so you better focus over here. Yeah, I'm back. So I get one all done. I give him the other 3 to do. And he's, grinding the tires to get all that release agent off.
Yeah.
And he went way too deep with the grinder. Like, all right, I'll do this part for you, Matt. So I ended up grinding his tires, and then I showed him the foams. And it was funny. You had to have been there, but.
And then when I tried to shut it off, I hit the wrong button. I hit like a release button or something.
Oh yeah, you hit the lock on the arbor while it was still running.
Oh yeah, I've done that before.
Yeah. See, Matt, you're not the only person.
Yeah. It wakes you right up when it makes that wah noise. You're like, that's not the right one.
He did like, what was that? Well, Matt, are you at work, Matt?
No, I'm actually in the car.
You're driving?
No, I'm with some friends. We're driving to Dairy Queen, actually.
Oh, nice. Pick me up a dilly bar, dude.
Just play pickleball.
Yeah, we just got finished playing pickleball. That's when I started texting and hopped in the car.
You play pickleball?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Huh. Good for you.
Thanks.
All right, Matt. Well, thank you. We'll let you go. Have fun with your friends.
Thank you.
Right.
And thanks a lot, Bob, for everything.
You're welcome, buddy. We'll see you at the next one.
See you in the next one. Bye.
You got a girlfriend, Matt? Wait a minute. Wait a
No,
minute.
no,
Wait a
no,
minute,
no,
Matt.
no.
We
No.
heard
Let's just
that.
no.
Yes, you got two.
No, I do not.
Yes, you got.
No, I do not.
All
No.
right. We'll let you go, Matt.
Have a nice night.
Be
Bye.
good. Be safe, Matt. Be safe.
I will.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh, thank you. Bye.
Nice guy, man.
Oh my gosh. Now picture an entire weekend like that.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
no, it was a good time, and yeah. So, well, we went to an hour and 21 minutes so far, Chris. So
Yeah,
I think this qualifies for the longest live yet.
I think it is. Yeah, it'd be
I
cool
feel
if my camera was cooperating. But
I know. I feel like I'm talking to a dot. Like, what was that
Yeah.
show, Kit, when he talks to the car?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm talking to the car.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I gotta
All right.
upgrade the system.
Hey, how's Maximus doing? Have you been at all? I think Bill's at Maximus tonight. That's why he's not with us.
So today would have been a good day to go because it's raining and gross. But I usually this time of year I'm outside, man. I haven't been there since before the Roar Nationals race.
Yeah.
So talking about supporting your local tracks and whatever, I haven't been there, but I do still have my membership there because I want to see them stick around.
Right.
I tell myself that like, oh yeah, maybe a rainy day I'll go, burn some carpet laps, but I kind of just put the carpet cars on the shelf and let them collect dust all summer.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you. Shout out to Tracy and Mason Patterson. They're listening in. I've talked to Tracy and Mason for quite a few months now, but I finally got to meet them the past weekend. Mason is 13, Tracy, I think. Another good up-and-coming racer. He did very well this weekend for a kid.
Yeah, nice.
It's amazing how fast these kids are. Like, even Jared's, Tebow's, he's 12, Tracy says. So this kid's 12 years old. And he plays pretty well for his age, in my opinion. But it's amazing how little these kids are. Like, even Jared Tebow's kid, Nash. I mean, granted, his father is a champion, but
Yeah,
he's
but he's still young.
He is. He's
Yeah.
very young. Like, that kid's what, 8 maybe? If I had to guess. He's fast too. So it's just crazy to see how many little kids and how good they are at this sport,
Yeah.
So kind of makes me wish that I had been doing off-road. When I was their age, I did carpet oval.
Yeah.
I have no interest in that right now.
No.
So,
Yeah. I bashed for a long time and got into crawling for a while, and that was cool. And then we had some little woods track and whatever. And I didn't get serious into racing until a long time ago. I used to go to RC Excitement and race on their clay track, which is now gone, and I don't think it's coming back.
Yeah.
Which, just another. I don't know the whole story there. I got a little intel this weekend, and it sounds like the clay track wasn't making them enough money, so they're deciding to do other things with it.
If you watch that Lefties podcast we talked about with hobby shops closing,
Yeah,
you got to pivot, right? So
yeah, exactly.
Actually, Brent and I just had this conversation today. When he first started and when I first started, I'm like, I'm going to be a race facility only 8 scale off-road. And you can't, right? And especially right now, like, I'm on this big kick. Like, I think it's a race to the bottom of the barrel with sponsored drivers personally. Like, most of these people, anybody can get a sponsorship now. It's not a big deal. And anybody who gets sponsored, they just want the best deal. I would rather, me personally, if I'm going to be sponsored, I want to be able to believe in the product, do the product some justice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's a big problem right now. So you gotta pivot. That's where I was going with this. So like hobby shops got to pivot. Like we brought in Traxxas. That was a big deal for us. Like our initial order had to be like $44,000. I could never imagine spending that in Traxxas cars, but it was probably one of the best things we ever did. And then we pivoted into crawlers and boats, and we're Beach RC. We just got into mini Z's and models, and what's the other one? Drifting cars. Like, so we're having to pivot just to, there's a much bigger market bashing, crawling, drifting, where there aren't sponsored drivers. So to
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Right.
And not everybody does off road. Not everybody does carpet. Not everybody does, mini Z. You got to be able to be versatile. And yeah, I don't want to go on a tangent on the whole sponsored thing, but
Yeah, I know. I understand. It's kind of like so when I watched that, it made me think of did you ever watch Joe Dirt?
yeah,
When he meets that guy, I can't remember the guy's name, but he's got a fireworks stand. And he's like, what do you got here? And he's like, I just have sparklers. He's like, sparklers? And I pulled up the quote because I was thinking about this. I've been thinking about this for a couple of days. But he says, you ain't got no whistling bun holes, no Husker Doos, no Nipsey Daisers, no whistling kitty chasers, no snakes. He says, no, just snakes and sparklers. So if you're just selling snakes and sparklers, but somebody wants some whistling bun holes or Whisker Doos or Nipsey Daisers, then you're not gonna get their money, and you're not gonna keep your doors open.
yeah,
So
yeah, and it's the truth for sure. So if RCE had this indoor clay facility and they're getting 6, 10, 12 entries, which I think is what they were averaging,
oof.
how can you justify that?
Right.
Can you convert that space into? I don't know the whole details. I don't know the logistics of what it is. I'm guessing. If you could turn that into an event facility to maybe cater to birthday parties and more of the basher crowd, or have a multi-track use,
Right.
business wise, maybe it made sense.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're at an hour and a half, buddy.
Yep. Let's wrap it up. I will be at Hobby Etc. Friday after work, doing some track maintenance, and then Saturday we'll be club racing with Root Beer Steve Roundy, and hope to see anyone that's local there. Should be a good time.
Yeah, if you can get out and help Hobby Etc. this Friday. And it's all day, or it's at 5?
I will be there probably around 3 or 4. I think from the post I saw, most people will be there between like 4 and 5.
Yeah.
And
so if you can lend a hand, please come out.
Even if you don't want to dig, you should want to show up and give the guys that are digging some beers. That'd be cool too.
You could be the beer guy.
Yeah.
Or beer girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
All right. Well,
all right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And hopefully we'll do another live next week.
Yeah. Hopefully you'll see me next week.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Have a good night.
You too.